Hi, everyone. All right, here we go. I want to explore something with you for just a moment here. Now, the current crisis in Europe, I believe, has drawn attention to this fact that national security and energy security actually go hand in hand. And here in Canada, we had the opportunity and continue to have the opportunity to put an east-west corridor in place to ensure energy security, not just for us, but for our allies in Europe. Now, let me explain. Currently, much of Europe is dependent on Russian oil and gas. Now, they could be receiving it from Canada, again, if we got this east-west pipeline in place. However, we have a government in place that has flat out refused to develop the sector. As a result, European countries have had to rely on Russia and are now effectively funding the Russian war machine. Now, they've been pouring into this pot of money for quite some time, but now we're seeing that pot of money be used for war. So what I'm talking about then is not just an economic issue, but more importantly, it's actually a matter of safeguarding humanity. Now, for this reason, conservatives have tabled a motion calling on the government to take action. In about an hour from now, I'll be heading to the House right away here, and we'll be voting on our motion. And I want to read it to you. So we are calling on the House to do three things. A, condemn President Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation for their unprovoked illegal attack and invasion of Ukraine. B, stand with Ukraine, the people of Ukraine, and Canadians in the Ukrainian community. And C, call on the government of Canada to undertake measures to ensure new natural gas pipelines can be approved and built to Atlantic tidewater, recognizing energy as vital to Canadian and European defense and security, allowing Canadian natural gas to displace Russian natural gas in Europe, and being consistent with environmental goals in the transition to non-emitting sources of energy. Okay. When we think about our response to the crisis in Ukraine, we have to consider short-term, medium-term, and long-term plans. The development of pipelines is a medium to long-term plan, and it is absolutely crucial. Now, much should have been done before we got to this point, but here we are. And so we have to make do with what we have, which means get going already. Now, I believe that it's actually an abdication of responsibility, and I would even dare say humanity, for Canada to lay back and not develop ethically sourced and clean natural gas. We're withholding it from the world. And in doing that, we're actually sending countries to Russia in order to have their energy needs met. We are indirectly supporting Russia's growing pot of money, which is currently being used to fuel its war efforts against the innocent. It's wrong. And this is all because the current Liberal government is flat out refusing to admit that energy development in Canada just makes sense. I mean, Canada has some of the highest environmental regulations in the world. We produce our oil ethically, and yet we have failed to expand our export capacity in order to be able to ship to Europe. So where do European countries turn? Well, they turn to Russia because we haven't given them any other option. So as a result then, it could be argued that we are indirectly boosting Putin's control and leverage of energy in Europe. Canada, we can do better, and we must do better. Now, this requires a pragmatic approach to building energy projects in our country so that we can help safeguard the world from authoritarian regimes. Russia's one of them, yes, but so is Saudi Arabia and so is Venezuela. These are places that have a high disregard for humanity, and we have the opportunity to be the difference maker. Now, it is truly my hope that this little bit of reflection has been somewhat helpful to you, and I definitely look forward to connecting again soon. I am now off to the House to vote on this very important matter. We'll talk soon.